No, man. Super duper excited. Um, Wait, remind. You said Phoenix, right? Philly? Oh shit. No, I heard Phoenix, not Philadelphia. Son of a son of a bitch, LeBron. You gotta tell me where you're going, man. I'm your day one. Dude, I had the room packed. I had the bags packed. I said, "Where are we going? Where are we going, King?" And this is how I hear. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard Phoenix through the phone. Yeah, I'm here in Arizona, dude. What the hell? Well, what about Steph? Can Steph join? No, you're not even gonna. No bed and breakfast, huh? No bed and breakfast for your number one. Oh, you're gonna leave me high and dry. You're gonna leave me high and dry. Oh, so not even a thank you? Oh my god. Hold on, hold on. You're telling me, pause. 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 You're giving me the same treatment of that guy down the road. Really? Same treatment, okay? You're giving me the same treatment as Wendy, right? Oh, you don't know me? We're estranged? Oh my gosh. After all we've been through, Bron. Okay. You know I followed you. I followed you from Cleveland to Miami. And then, oh, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Oh, yeah, it was your agent. It was your agent. Okay, sure. Sure. After all we've been through. Okay, I guess Paris didn't matter either. Oh, don't give me that BS. Do not give me that BS. No, no, no. Philly. No, you want your city of lay brotherly love, not lay Phoenix or lay Sons. No, 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 no. Save it. No, no, no. Save it, man. Save it. Save it. We already know you're going to Washington after this to complete the full circle. It's all right. No, no, no. We know. You'll get your fifth one. Hey, I, huh? No, 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 no. Was it the money? 8 mil? 8 million? You're fucking joking. No. Well, who set you up to this? Did Adam put you up to this? No. Again with the no bullshit. No. No. Golfing. Golfing. You don't golf, LeBron. You're not a golfer. Bullshit. Bullshit. Wait a minute. Really? Maybe Phoenix after? Cause I'm here in Phoenix, man. Like, what the hell, man? Like, you heard me. You heard the voicemail. I said, hey, wherever you go, I'm going. All right. All right. Well, go catch a Phillies game here and there for me. Tell Bryce I said hi. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm live streaming. Sorry. Just got off the phone with his truly. Um, what the hell was that? Really? Philly? Philly. Philly? Damn. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that little cold intro. I just thought of that off the dome. I don't know why. I was trying to make a little play on words, make a joke for Philly and Phoenix, because Phoenix wasn't even in the topic of conversation. We have been following this LeBron story. Oh gosh. So let's say the Knicks won the NBA championship on a Tuesday. So the following Wednesday, we've been following this story. Um, it's official though. LeBron has officially, you know, which here's what's funny. It was broken from Shams, and it's not. It's not that it's not confirmed. Like it's confirmed, but it's like we've seen it with Shefty and Rappaport in the NFL, because like Ian Rappaport said, yeah, breaking news, Max Crosby will be signing with the Ravens, and then like 24 hours later, it was like, hold up, Hold the phone. Like, hold on. I got my plug calling. Hold on. Like, that. The Kawhi situation. Dude, Kawhi's in Toronto for like a week and a half, and they're like, go back. I wish I had that video of the ref going, beep. But, well, let's pull up the wordage. Let's pull up the wording. How did they word it? Final decision, why he chose Philly, and what this means for Jalen. Is shocked with the signing. Well, it was reported. It was reported that he will sign. Now, here's the thing. I want to see... Dude, this is some damn good Photoshop, bro. He hasn't played one game. That is some good... Dude, that's some good-ass Photoshop. Like, we hadn't seen that type of Photoshop in... There's probably a little bit of AI with this. Where it's like, hey, Grok, throw this in a... Where is... Yeah, breaking. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal. Clutch Sports Group and Clutch CEO. See, and I know Rich... See, and that... I'm taking Rich Paul's word over Shams because it's like, again, reporters have said stuff and then it's like, nah, that actually, whoops, hold on, we have to take a step back because what was I'm thinking about Crosby recently, but there was another, who's the other player that like you can even go with Sorsby with college football where like, okay, is he in or is he out? Like what's the whole deal? When they've been reporting his status. Like, my brain with how hot of a topic it was on LeBron, you know, hey, he's going to go to Philly. This has been the conversation. Knicks, hey, good to know you. Good to have you for like 2 seconds. And then they were not the topic of conversation following the rest of the summer. I was just, with considering how much of a hot button it was with LeBron and where he was going to sign, I was going to wait until it was actually official. I was also going to make a video. Didn't make a video in time. But my reaction initially to the news of, okay, he's going to go to Philly, my overreaction was, what if this was a it was reported, and because it was reported, it spread like wildfire before anybody else confirmed it. Well, and then LeBron, but then those were my initial thoughts and reactions. But upon further, looking and, I mean, for hell's sakes, hold on, let me pull up a video here. Let's go to it. Oh, my hair is all over the freaking place. Ooh. Whoa, this is zoomed in a lot. Whoa, holy shit. Hold on. Straight yams on my feed right now. No, I'm teasing. No, I'm teasing. It's just Green Lantern. Let me do... I have it way zoomed in. I had it way zoomed in. Where is... Well, there's straight yams, but this is on this search tab. That followed up by a little bit of the Odyssey, followed up by a little bit of the World Cup, followed up by a little bit of Brad Pitt and Fight Club, followed up by more yams, followed up by Obsession. Hold on, let me see. Damn. Somebody get these beggars out of here. Where is Lebron? Let's go find Lebron. Okay, Lebron. Which team? You let me know, DraftKings. Which one's he going to? Let me know. Lebron. Lebron. Where the hell? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nobody tagged LeBron. Come on, I'm trying to get a quick link to LeBron, but now I gotta search him up. King James. Shit. There we go. There we go. So, well, oh, he even posted this. Tops. Oh, okay. It's sponsorship because the cards, that makes sense. But gotta make sure there's no audio because there's music in this. So yeah, he posted this video. Let's see if this shows. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's a little close to my face. That's a little unflattering, but yeah. And then at the very end, you know, I hope he doesn't. He's like, hey, we gotta. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? We're gonna. Hello? Hello? It's gonna show the logo any second. One of these days. One of these days. Sick shot. That was such a sick shot. Even all these years later, it was a sick shot. Oof. Arguably one of the best playoff NBA Finals plays of all time. DeMar DeRozan's in Sacramento? Oh, actually, no, he's not anymore. Okay, now this is the end of the video. I know that this is the end of the video. Because right here. Wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Anyways. So he's going to Philly. I don't know if that shocks or surprises anybody. It probably shocks a lot of people and surprises a lot of people. Because it surprises me. Because I didn't expect him to go to Philly. Because initially there were the reports, and I joke and I tease about, you know, like the second the NBA Finals were over and done with, they're like, okay, it was fun, Knicks. It was fun, Knicks rule and all, blah blah blah. We gotta talk about LeBron, but that is literally how the story developed. Because how it developed was, it was okay. He's leaving the Lakers. Well, he's informed the Lakers that he will not return and go play for them, and it's like rude. You know, that's how certain relationships. I have informed my ex-girlfriend I will be no, but there was that, and then seconds later, because I think Draymond Green took like a pay cut or something, and like there were talks, because I think in this stream also we'll talk about the Cavs and what the deal breaker for the Cavs was, and then we'll talk about the worst. I wonder what that deal breaker was for the Warriors, because I think he was going to the Warriors, and I think that was pretty set in stone. But I think there was something along the lines that was a deal breaker, because what was being swayed, I think it had to do with, you gotta have a big, and I mean Joel Embiid is a big, but like the talk was, you know what there probably was. I mean, shit, I don't even know what team is Anthony Davis on these days. Wizards. Yeah, boy. I didn't even know he was on the Wizards. Did he play at all with the Wizards last year? Dude, I thought he was on the Mavericks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and we saw like, Clutch Sports is an intent, because there was the attempt to get him out of Washington and get him on the court with LeBron in LA and go play for Golden State. Wait, hold on. The Bay, my bad. Golden State is in San Francisco Bay, my bad. Did the Wizards hold up the what? Oh, that would be funny. What if? Oh my gosh! What if the final piece of this puzzle and why it was halted was the Wizards were not cooperating? The Hawks? What the hell is why? He's not on the Hawks. Someone did an edit where he's look. Where is he? Right there. He's not on the Hawks. What the? Anyways, that's a pretty good edit. Yeah, some of these edits, dude, they're getting better. They are getting better. Like they know how to use Photoshop a lot better. But it's probably like, hey Grok, put a Lakers jersey on this person. What else? Yeah, that was the report. The report was they were going to try to get him to the Bay and then reunite Anthony Davis and LeBron, which I kind of thought sounds a little too good to be true. But I was pretty set in stone and convinced. Oh yeah, he's going to the Warriors. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it and thinking about it out loud, ego. You know where it's like you can't have two alpha dogs? Would LeBron and Curry have butt heads on who's the real alpha dog here? Like maybe pride got in the way of that? About how like, oh, they're harping over each other about, oh, I want to be his teammate. Oh, it'd be so fun. And it's like, yeah, you say that, but which the funniest thing in all of this with LeBron going from the Lakers to the Sixers is Jaylen Brown wanted to be a number one. He didn't want to be in anybody's shadow. And it was like that for about 3 weeks, and now he's back in somebody's shadow, which is hilarious. Which, let me look up when the Jaylen Brown trade was. Jaylen Brown trade. What date did that happen on? It happened on the 6th of July? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Well, it probably, pen to paper on the 6th. But it happened July 1st. Date. Yeah, July 1st, 20... Yeah. So, he was the main man for 23 days. And then he's back in somebody's shot. Because... Who is everybody gonna harp over the most? Brown or LeBron? I'll let you answer that. Have fun trying to answer that question, because I think we know. Hey, I think we know the answer. Because, I mean, look at this. Are now tied for third best to win. What were the chances right after Brown got traded for the Zell? Anyways, never mind that now. Stephen A, what'd you say, me? Okay. LeBron's final decision, why he chose Philly and what it means. NBA insiders. Why did James sign with the Sixers? What will James' role be with the Sixers? Any concerns about the fit with Jaylen Brown? Oh, bro, they'll ship Jaylen Brown out like that. You don't think they'll ship him out? You haven't been watching basketball enough. How good should we expect this star-laden Sixers team to be? Pretty good, actually. How does this impact the books for Phil? The books? What kind of books are we talking? Hey, by the way, this stream sponsored by FanDuel, baby. Sponsored by DraftKings. What could the ripple effect be? Why didn't LeBron choose the Warriors? And then that is it. Alright. The Warriors have a more limited roster and tougher path to contention than other competitors. Jimmy Butler, their second best player, is rehabbing an ACL tear in the Oklahoma City. James surprise for the fifth. Look in the East after. Oh, that is weak. That is weak shit. That's weak. Rather have him go to the East and run through the East than the star-studded West with an old core in the works. It's not what you were saying about a month ago. A month ago, you were saying it was a match made in heaven, and age don't matter. Whatever, whatever. I digress. How good should the expected? I think, and this is me personally, I think the Sixers are bound for a first round exit. What will James' role be? Here's the funny thing: everybody talks about role and minutes. Dude, the dude is gonna be on the court for not the whole game, but he will be like, how do I say this? He'll be, how do I say this? Yeah, how do I say this? Here's the thing, and it's kind of it's a unique situation because it's LeBron, but like you want to compare him to Jordan? No, Jordan did not have expectations of winning a championship at 41. He didn't. That is one thing that I will give credit to LeBron on is no matter the age, like no, his expectations is to win it all. Um, that is something like you look at Kobe in his final days with the Lakers. You look at Jordan with his final days with the Wizards. You look at who Dirk with the Mavs with a young Luca. Um, who else? Who else? Trying to think. Who else? What were some other legends? Like I wasn't around to watch Bird or Magic. Um, so I can't answer and be like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. The Celtics, Larry Bird's last season, the expectations were sky high. Um, who are some recent? I'm trying to think of other recent guys who have retired from the NBA. Who are some other recent guys that have retired from the NBA? Oh my gosh, I cannot think of anybody. Shaq, yeah, by the time Shaq retired, whichever team he was on, whether he was on the Sixers or the Phoenix Suns, like no, the expectations for Shaq was not to win a championship. So like it's kind of what's the not an honor or a privilege, but like the expectations for LeBron at his age. No, you got to win the championship, bro. Like the fact that the expectations are still there, it's kind of crazy. But again, it comes with the territory. When they talk about play time and play minutes, and this was kind of funny because this was a talking point. Um, Lakers last year at the beginning of the season, they were talking about LeBron's minutes in the opening weeks, and oh, he's only gonna, we don't want to play him too much, we don't want to play him a lot. But then, like, literally the first week of games, dude was out there for over 20 minutes a game, and it's like he had to be the main dude, which was kind of funny because it's like whatever team he was going to, he can't be what's the word? Resigned? Yeah, resigned to a sixth man bench player coming off the bench, scoring 5 points a game, playing 7 minutes, 10 minutes max. If he's like that is not what it is. It's like if you get LeBron, he's gonna be out there all game, and like I think it's funny that they're even talking about his expectations or how he'll fit in the system of Philadelphia because it's like, boo, they're gonna run him to the ground. Why? Because it's like shit. We're in the middle of January or February, and Embiid's out for the year. Maxi's not playing too good. Brown is in and out with a hamstring injury, and yeah, we had to play LeBron 30 minutes tonight. Ain't that something? So the expectations are definitely there. I think how he'll fit into Philadelphia, it doesn't matter. He's gonna fit right in. But I do think it's super funny that Brown did not want to be in the shadow of Jason Tatum. Now even bigger shadow. Because, like, comparing LeBron and Tatum, like, we know this. All right, let's go to the chat. Guys, I haven't looked at the chat in a minute. Still below the Knicks. I agree. This is LeBron's Jordan Wizards moment. Ooh. Ooh. This isn't 2010. I'm taking my talents too. LeBron is just a 41-year-old legend. No, yeah, no. Again, like, you look at. I think we'll talk about Curry differently when Curry's in his final years. But like, yeah, like Kobe's last 2 or 3 years with the Lakers, they were not okay. Lakers, it's boom or bust, baby. You got to make the playoffs. You got to keep this thing together, Herbert. You got to carry this team. No, no. And I don't. Tim Duncan, as far as I know, his last year with the Spurs, no. It wasn't. Okay, now the West runs through you. What else did you say? Yeah, no. And 2010, 2010 was such different era. Still below the Knicks. Yes, let's get into that. I do think they're below the Knicks, but I think it's closer. I think it's closer than we expect. Because I do think Philadelphia got a lot better, and I think where they got better was Brown, with the Jaylen Brown trade. And I'm going off of last year's metrics and looking at last year as a whole. Let's look at the NBA standings. Let's go through the East and look at all the teams in the East. I do think there's a little bit of truth to the point of the West is so stacked, but like you look at the East and go, well, the Celtics and the Knicks. That's about it. Like, because the Heat, Giannis with the Heat and Giannis with the Bucks are the same thing. You don't believe me? Go look at the rosters. And we already saw the Cavs. We already know what was going on with Cleveland, so yikes. But I think there are parts of me where, again, hypothetically, if it is perfect, no. Would LeBron like throw this Sixers team in the West? This Sixers team against the Spurs. I'm taking the Spurs. This Sixers team against the Thunder. I'm taking the Thunder. Now, the Thunder beating the Lakers last year, there were a couple other factors. Luka was injured. I believe Austin Reeves only played in two of those games. I think he was coming back. Because that was a talking point too. No Luka and no Reeves in the first round against the Rockets, but Rockets also didn't have KD too. I'm trying to think what else. You look at the West also. Do I think this Sixers team could beat the Nuggets? As much as I hate to say it, yes, I think they could. The Nuggets, oh my gosh, the Nuggets got to do a lot. I'm worried about the Nuggets. Could they beat the Warriors? Yeah, they could. Rockets, yes. Mavericks, yes. Who else? Suns, anybody could beat the Suns. And again, I was on the phone with LeBron. He did not tell me he was going to Philly. He said Phoenix through the phone. It was super choppy. I heard and so I was like, Phoenix? Okay, let's go. I think when you want to compare the East and the West, the East is very thin. We saw it with the Cavs and what the Cavs did. Like right after the Cavs beat the Pistons, which I don't think the Pistons are going anywhere. Like there's parts of me that think like if we have a 1-4 matchup, where like let's say the Pistons do what the Thunder did, where the Thunder were the 1 seed in 2024 and then they were the 1 seed again in 2025. Let's 2024 playoffs, and then they're the 1 seed 2025 playoffs. They were also the 1 seed in the 2026 playoffs. But like let's run through that situation where like the Pistons are the 1 seed again, Philly's the 4 seed, or we have a 2-3 matchup in the the quarterfinals, kind of where the Sixers, when the Sixers played the Knicks last year. So that round 2 matchup where they're playing, let's say the 2 seed is the Celtics again, or the 2 seed is the Heat, or the 2 seed is let's just go Pistons, for example. Like, let's say the 1 seed is the Knicks, the 2 seed's Pistons, the 3 seed's the Sixers, the 4 seed is the Magic or the Celtics or something like that. When we get that 2-3 matchup with Philly and Detroit, I kind of think the Pistons could pull away in that one. I kind of do. And I know that's super crazy. I'm thinking that off the rip, like right now. And then, come a year from now, we're in the playoffs again. It's like, no. I never said that. No. But I don't think they can beat the Knicks. I don't think they could beat the Knicks at all. And again, because we've ran with it, like, oh, he's going to Philadelphia, and there's so much hype. The thing is, you're putting a lot on. I mean, how old is LeBron again? It's not like he's, it's not like a decade ago when he's turning into his 30s. Like, he is over 40. Messi delayed what? Hold on. Messi delayed what? Yep, farewell match planned. Oh, so maybe he is retiring. I didn't think he would retire. I still think Messi can keep going. Oh my gosh, we got so many people in the comments. What's up, people? What's up? Sorry, people. I started rambling and didn't look at the chat for a minute. Whoops, my bad. Okay, hold on. Let's get to the chat. I'm hoping he brings a championship to Philly. Do I believe Philly will win it? No. I don't believe Philly will win it this year. No. Sorry, corn chips. No, I don't think because I think the expectation is too much for the Sixers, and I think they still have. I think they could. Wow. The Pacers. This Pacers squad is staring at me right now. Oh my gosh, you guys can't even see my screen. Hold on, whoops. Sorry. There we go. My bad, people. This Pacers team is staring right at me because guess who the Pacers have taken down the last handful of years? Celtics? No. Yeah. No. They took down the Knicks. They took down the Knicks the last 2 years in a row. 3 years in a row, actually, because they took them down in... Who did the Pacers beat in 23? In 25, they beat the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Final. In 24, they lost to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Final, but they also went through the Knicks in the second round. I don't think they were in the playoffs. I don't think the Sixers were in the 2023 NBA playoffs. I think that was the year of... Obviously, it was the year of Jimmy Butler. And... Oh, yeah, no. Pacers are nowhere to be seen. My bad. Whoops. But... I think, a healthy Pacers team. Okay, you want to talk about 2-3 matchup or 1-4 matchup? Let's say the Pacers are the 1 seed and the Sixers are the 4 seed. I'm taking the Pacers. So I think, hypothetically, analytically, if you want to look at the analytically, Cleveland's side, which I thought those memes were so freaking funny. That was probably the first meme I saw right after the signing was, analytically, technically speaking, Cleveland signed him. And it's like, that's never going away. That is never going away. I don't know why you would say, after getting blown out, by the way, blown out and getting swept, well, analytically, we were the better team. Really? Because that scoreboard, never mind. Okay, but Nets, no. No. Bucks, no. Bulls would have to, no. I'm thinking about it too much, no. Hornets, no. Magic, no. No. Magic blew a 3-1 lead, no. Hell no. Hawks, no. Raptors, well, no. Cavs, maybe. Cavs got to catch them on a good night. Like, they have to do kind of like the Knicks, where we have 20-point swing in the fourth quarter where they steal game 2 on the road or something. And then win a game 3, like stack wins. What else? So I think that's how the Cavs could beat them. The Knicks outright, I think the Knicks could beat the Sixers in a series. Because it's the Knicks. Because the other thing that I'm trying to do too is I'm trying to look at how the Sixers are kind of just a glorified Lakers. Because put Brown, because look at my logic here. Look at my logic. Okay, look at my logic. Look at my logic. Okay, so you have LeBron. LeBron is the same with the Lakers. LeBron is the same with the Sixers. Okay, who's your Jaylen Brown archetype? You can have it be Austin Reeves or Luka. Either one. Reeves or Luka. Okay, so there's your Jaylen Brown equivalent. Who's better? Luka or Jaylen Brown? That's a tough conversation. I think Luka's a little bit better, even though Brown is a Finals MVP. I would take Luka. That's just me. Now, out of Austin Reeves and Jaylen Brown, I would take Jaylen Brown. Now, out of Tatum and Luka, I'm taking Luka still. Now, okay. So you have that. Okay. You have your big. Well, you have your Ayton or Embiid. Embiid is better. Or you have Davis or Embiid. Who's better? Probably Embiid. But here's the commonality between both of them. Embiid and Davis. Ready? Here's the common thread between both of them. Injury prone. So they're basically kind of the same. Now, Maxey. Who's the Maxey for the Lakers? Well, if it's not Luka, then it's going to be Austin Reeves. All right, have it be Austin Reeves. Have it be Bronny. Definitely Bronny. No. And then the only other where I kind of can't think of a comparison, it's VJ Edgecombe. So it's like, okay, who would be the equivalent of VJ Edgecombe for the Lakers? Truthfully, they don't have one. But I just kind of think it's the same. I know a lot of people are hyped where, oh, the Sixers are they're gonna go. We thought the same for the Lakers, and then look at how the Lakers panned out. Now, talent-wise, do I think there's a little bit more talent on the on the Sixers? Yeah, but like Maxey and Reeves, I think, are pretty equal. Like, I think, actually, hold on. Maybe we have instead of comparing and going back, hold on. Versus Lakers line up. Okay. Here. Okay, hold on. Okay, where's the Lakers? Okay, replace Hachimura or Vincent here with Luka. Oh, here we go. Oh no, this is an all-time list. My bad. Should have been able to tell by the bloke shorts. Like, you don't see Luka pulling up with some blokies. Yikes! How you doing? Where is Sixers lineup versus Lakers lineup with LeBron? Let's see if both of them are comparable. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Where is I love how they left the Lakers out of this. They're like, yeah, whatever. Uh, he did have Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart's not a bad defense player. They're kind of. I don't know, Luca. Dude, Luca is good. Luca is fantastic. Reeves, I mean, yeah, Reeves, yes. Reeves is also good, but like again, I would take a Jaylen Brown over Reeves. Um, Reeves didn't win. Reeves was Reeves there? Hold on. 2020 NBA Finals. I don't think Reeves was there during the 2020 Finals. Hold on. Austin Reeves rookie year. Oh my gosh, he wasn't even there. I do not know ball. I don't know ball. Um, um, oh, yikes. No, okay. It's this. It's this right here. This is why. This is why the Sixers are winning. Because there's got to be that video. A TikTok star. Oh shit, what's his name? I don't know, dude. I don't even know his name. I don't even know. Dude, okay. Don't even know. Anyways, they'll be like, oh, look, you can be a TikTok star and an NBA champion too if you just put your mind to it. But you look at all of the Sixers lineups. Who here has championship DNA? Excluding these two, throw them out. Luka's better than all of these guys. Because still young, hasn't proven much, not yet. Still young. Luka's better than him. Luka's better than him. Because with him, it's hard to compare forwards to centers. It's really hard, but in that case, I would go best ability is availability. And I mean, we saw how far the Sixers got this past season with Embiid being healthy, and it's like, you think about all the years before, the 21 season, 22, 23, 24, 25, all these other playoffs that he's been injured and missed or got injured during this series. It's like, how far could the Sixers have gotten in the last handful of, because a lot of, I've never looked at it this way, but like it is kind of true as well with like NBA finals and NBA champions. A lot of the time, more often than not, the team that wins is the healthiest in the end. A lot of the time. Because like let's just go down the list here. Excluding 24, because like truthfully, the Celtics just had a stacked roster. They were a damn good team that year. But like, the Heat were healthy. Just like the Heat, they couldn't stop Jokic. And I think that Nuggets team was pretty healthy. But like, you look and see this past season, like Pacers injured, missed some time. The Rockets injured. Lakers injured. Who else? That 24 season when the Pacers got all the way to the Eastern Conference, the Knicks, Brunson was injured during that Pacers series. Mitchell was injured during that Pacers series. Throwing it back to 2023, the Clippers either went up 1-0 or 2-0 or something like that. Kawhi was playing really good, but then he got injured. But still, like even in that 2023 postseason, like, okay, so the Clippers get past the Suns, then okay, hold on. Let's go back to it. Okay, so you get past here, and you have the Clippers, Nuggets. Nuggets are still beating them. Who was the... Again, maybe the Sixers get past the Celtics here. Celtics were healthy. And Celtics almost completed a 3-0 comeback too. Like, the Miami Heat just kind of, we're up 3-0. Let's fall asleep here a little bit. So, yeah, now that I've said it out loud, I kind of can't unsee it anymore that the Sixers are basically a glorified version of the Lakers. I know it sounds super stupid saying that, but, like, I can't unsee it now because, like, the only player where it's like a difference is Edgecombe, because there's a comparison for every other equal player. All right, let's get back to the chat. My bad. Did he pick Philly? Do you believe Philly will win this year? No. Did he pick Philly because he is ring chasing and thinks Philly was the best chance? I'm gonna say yes and no. I think he picked Philly. Someone actually, you guys already freaking gonna believe this. Look at this. Let me show you something real quick. Best golfing spots in the U.S. Look at this. You ain't gonna believe this. Look at this. In Oregon, California, North Carolina. Hold on. Oh, okay. Come on. Best golf spots in Philadelphia. There's like some clubs. I'm not a golfer. I don't claim to know anything about golf. But someone made, because one of the comments in one of his press conferences was someone brought up golfing, and he talked about how, like, I can golf for the rest of my life. Like some of the most prestigious, and I'm talking like, is Pebble Beach in Florida? I don't know. Again, I don't know golf, but like, uppity, like, we're golfers. Some of the best resorts are in Philadelphia. There's like 3 of them that I believe the Masters uses, and like the top end Philadelphia golf tournaments. Some of the courses are in Philadelphia, and like, we know LeBron golfs, and so I'm kind of drinking that water a little bit of like, which it sounds so stupid, but at the same time, like, you look at hockey players going to Florida, you look at football players also going to Florida, but also coming to, like, for example, J.J. Watt coming to Arizona. Like, if the Cardinals were a better football team, more players would come here to Arizona because it is warm 12 months out of the year and there are no winters. Because you compare Arizona to Buffalo, New York, Arizona. But when it comes to the gridiron and who's actually better, voice crack, that means it's not voice crack. Whoa. Almost knocked over my lamp here. Whoops. Sorry, people. Ooh. All right. Why the frick? Work, you stupid. Oh my gosh, I've messed with it too much. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm gonna just throw it away here. Quit getting tangled in this stupid. Okay, sorry. Let me get back to the question here. I don't. I think. Well, here's the thing. Also, if he was ring chasing, I think if he was ring chasing, he would go to the Knicks or the Spurs or probably the Pacers. Well, no, not the Pacers. Um, what? Oh, what did those say? Um, also another thing too, and this is just me, my opinion. I think a healthy Warriors team, um, I think a healthy Warriors team could with LeBron, a healthy Warriors team with LeBron is better than the Clippers, Suns, Blazers, Timberwolves, Rockets. A Lakers team without LeBron. I think a healthy Warriors team, their only competition is the Thunder, because I do think a healthy Warriors team with Curry, with Butler, with LeBron, with Draymond Green, with Kristaps Porzingis because he came back. I think he left and then I think he came back. Yeah, that Warriors team is beating the Spurs. Now the Thunder, I don't know about the Thunder. I do not know about the Thunder. Also, this past season as well, Williams. Williams was out for the postseason, and he missed Game 7. Chet also had 2 points in Game 7, so there's another thing. But, like, that kind of affected the finals a little bit, too. Like, do I think the Knicks could have beat the Thunder? Yes, I do. I think there is that possibility. But, like, with my thoughts of, like, hey, the healthy team at the end of the day ends up winning. Like, it is, that's very, that's kind of a true thing at the end of the day. Okay. The new Sixers team has a chance to beat anybody in the game. I do. I think, well, because I think anybody, like with how the okay, best golf courses is okay. Let's go back to 2026 NBA playoffs. Let's just go same standings, um, and let's roll here. Okay, so with the Sixers that are the Sixers now, well, I don't know. They got swept. They got swept. And Brown was also on that team, and Tatum was healthy too. They sat Tatum game 7. They sat Tatum game 7, and that team with Tatum and Brown still let the Sixers back into it, and they still blew a 3-1 lead. And then they parked their camping chair and took a siesta, and then got swept by the Knicks. So this Sixers team with a Brown who blew a 3-1 lead and an aged LeBron, I'd still take the Knicks. I'd still take the Knicks. Um, but again, you catch a team on a bad day, they might be able to win. All right, here we go. Where is? Oh man, it's still none of these chats. Damn, it was redacted, so I can't see what it actually says. Moses Malone signing. If he can deliver, Philadelphia will build that statue. Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Um, I think um because people have been talking if he wins if it brings the Sixers their first championship in 50, Sixers NBA Finals. 83. So they won it in 83. So, and then the last one. You know what? This one's been circling around lately, and I kind of thought this, and I thought it was just again with how basketball is and how there's storytelling in basketball, it would not surprise me one bit if the NBA Finals this year is between the Lakers and the Sixers, and it actually is Luka winning and being a Showtime Laker there and giving Luka his first NBA championship, and then we all kind of sit back and like look around and go, "Holy shit, maybe this dude." Because I mean, if you want to look like, yes, Kyrie Irving was a big factor on what got the Mavs to the NBA Finals. I think if that Mavericks team is playing the Knicks in the finals, if they're playing the Heat, if they're playing the Pacers, if they're playing the Sixers, if that Mavericks team is playing any other team than the Celtics, because the Celtics were the best team, arguably, in the whole NBA regular season and playoffs, and they had one of the most stacked rosters, I think the Mavericks are winning the NBA Finals. But again, like if the Sixers lose to the Lakers in the NBA Finals, I think it's going to change a lot of people's opinions on Luka, and they'll be like, "Damn, maybe he is the real deal." Because I think Luka is going to win a championship one of these years. I think Edwards is going to win a championship one of these years. But where I think, I'm not saying market wasn't big enough for Dallas, but like, for example, Edwards, he's not going to be in Minnesota when he wins it. He'll be Miami. Where else? It'd be unoriginal, but the Lakers with Luka. The Spurs. I think there'd be another level to the Spurs if they paired up Edwards with Wemby, like they got rid of Vassell or Harper. If they got rid of those two for Edwards, and you had Edwards, Castle, Wemby, or you could get rid of other bench players like Champagning or something like that. Like that would, that Spurs team would be legit. Because I don't think anybody's gonna do what KD did, where like you join a super team and make that super team even better. I don't think that. Which people talking about how the Sixers are a super team. I don't think they're a super team. I don't think they're a super team. All right, let's go back to the chat. Do you believe Philly will win this year? No. You can't double anyone on this team. No, that is true. That is true. That is true. There's gonna be a lot of like, because if you double Brown, you're leaving LeBron open. If you double LeBron, you're leaving Brown open. If you double both LeBron and Brown, you're leaving Maxey open. I don't know. Sixers got to stay healthy too. That's the other thing too. Sixers got to stay healthy. But I could see the Sixers and the Lakers meeting up in the NBA Finals. And like, how would that happen? Let me tell you. So the Lakers, like, let's pretend the Lakers are the fourth or the fifth seed again. Okay, let's go back to the metrics of the, what was it, the 2026 NBA playoffs. Okay, and so then we'll have, all right, here we go. Here's the playoff picture. Nope, let's use this other one. No, I don't like that one either. Where can I get one without the fetching? They're playing. There we go. There it was. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it's so possible. Here we go. Here we go. Here's how it's possible. You ready? Here's how it's possible. You gotta have teams like the Nuggets. Yeah. Again, everything has to fall into place, sort of. So you have a last hurrah. You have a last hurrah with the Warriors or something. You got to put the Warriors in this equation too, with also the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. You have the Timberwolves play upset. Timberwolves have played upset before on top seeded teams like the Nuggets twice. You have the Warriors also play upset on top seeded teams as well. I believe they were the lower seeded team when they beat the Kings. When they beat, weren't they the 3 seed when they beat the 2 seed Grizzlies that one year? Or were they the 4 seed beating the 1 seed? Were they the 4 seed beating the 1 seed Suns? Because I know they swept the Nuggets, beat the Grizzlies, and then beat the Mavericks. Like, ethical hoops, ethical buckets wise, the last great NBA playoffs to NBA Finals, 2022. 2023 was weird because you had the 8th seed Miami Heat, my team, messing everything up. But you had the Nuggets, which got there. But then you had the 2024 with all the injuries on the East that, kind of a walking path for the Celtics to get there. And then you have 2025, which, boring. Nobody wants to watch the Thunders. Anyways. But in this setup here, you have to have a team like, because again, the Lakers without LeBron, do I think they could beat the Thunder? Well, Luka beat the Thunder back in 2024, but he also did that. That Mavericks team was pretty good. Okay, sorry. I'm rambling, but let's get into it. You have to have one of these top teams, like the Thunder or the Spurs, which I don't know in the history of the NBA ever, the 1 and the 2. Damn, literally last year, look, 2 seed and the 1 seed both lost. Shit. Okay. Okay, never mind. I read it. When in history of ever have the 1 seed and the 2 seed been eliminated? Literally last year, bro. But you have to have a team. I'll give it maybe the Warriors. Okay, let's put the Warriors here as the 8th seed. Okay, or you have the Warriors down here as the 4th seed. Okay, and then you have the Warriors upset the Thunder. And, a last hurrah for Curry. His kind of like showtime. Here we go. Last sunset. Hoorah. Okay, and then you have your Warriors against the Lakers. So then how the hell did the Lakers get there? Well, the Lakers got there because right here between that 5 and 6 seed where the Timberwolves are the 6th seed and the Spurs are the 3 seed or something like that. Boom. They knocked him out right there. And then you have the Timberwolves against the Lakers and then the Lakers or so then the Warriors. Yeah. Or you have the Timberwolves take out the Spurs, and then the Lakers, after having taken out the Warriors here, because the Warriors took out the Thunder, then we have a Timberwolves and Lakers one, and then by that metric, we just go, well, the Lakers brand needs to get to the NBA Finals, and then that would be how the Lakers get there, and then with the so that's how the Lakers get there. And then with the Sixers, how they get there, bump the Knicks up to the 1 seed because they'll probably be the 1 seed. So yeah, the Knicks get through the Cavs or the Raptors. That's the 8th seed. And then you have the Knicks play the Celtics, and the Celtics will be that 5 seed or that 4 seed. So then boom, the Knicks are already in the Eastern Conference Finals as the 1 seed. Now, as we get down here to the nitty-gritty, the 2, the 7, the 3, and the 6, we'll have the Sixers be that 3 seed. The 2 seed will be like the Heat or something. Like, let's say Giannis is on a bender, bro, and he's just playing MVP level, like new city, new everything. He's playing fantastic. and then you have, so you already got the Knicks chilling up there. Then you have the Cavs. Cavs down here as the 2 seed or something. And then you have the Sixers as the 3 seed. But anyways, the Cavs, you have the Cavs and the Sixers meet up here. Sixers take it, obviously. So then you have the Sixers and the Knicks. And then you have the Knicks blow something in Madison Square Garden. And that loss leads to, Sixers evened up the series 2-2. Or, you dropped one in Madison Square Garden. And now Sixers are taking a 3-1 lead. Can they come back? Something like that. And just like use that kind of momentum of like what the Spurs did where they blew, a fourth quarter lead and just have that momentum. Because literally they were using that as an excuse in the Eastern Conference Finals after game 1 where it's like, well, Cavs lost game 1, this series is over, and they ended up getting swept. You use something like that. And again, this is all hypothetical buckets. I'm rambling. But then after the Sixers come in here, use a little bit of momentum. Boom, LeBron, his first year, they beat the Knicks, the defending champs. Because the other thing, too, with defending champs, other than the Thunder, the defending champs kept getting knocked out in the second round, and that's the farthest they ever made it. Because the Warriors lost in the second round to the Lakers. Well, actually, let's just go all the way back to 2019. The Raptors, by the time the 2020 bubble started, Kawhi was nowhere to be seen, and I think the Raptors lost in the first round or something. You go from the Lakers in 2020, then go to 2021. They got swept by the Suns in the first round. Remember that? Remember? You were there. LeBron? Yeah. In 22, the Warriors, then lost to... No, the Bucks. We got to go to the Bucks. The Bucks in 2022... Was that the year Giannis foot on the... No, that was KD foot on the line. The Bucks lost to the Celtics. Yes, the Bucks lost to the Celtics in 7 games because then the Celtics played the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then the Celtics went on to the NBA Finals. Yeah, that's how. And then the Warriors lost to the Lakers in the second round in like 4 or 5 games in the 23 season after beating the Kings, and then for 23. The Nuggets, they lost in the second round. They lost in the second round because did they sweep the Lakers? That 1-8 seed matchup, did they sweep the Lakers? I don't remember. I don't think they swept the Lakers. But in the second round with that 4-5 matchup, with the 1 seed, they lost to Minnesota in 7 games. And then Minnesota went and played Dallas in the Western Conference Finals. So that's how they lost. In 24, how the hell did the Celtics lose in the 25 postseason? Who'd they lose to? Did they lose to the Sixers? Hold on, who the hell did or did they lose to the Pacers? Oh, he tore his ACL. They lost to the Knicks. I think Tatum got injured somewhere in the... Oh, hold on. Tatum injury. It was. It was game 4. It was game 4. Now, looking at context clues here, though, New York was up 2-1 in the series. There was 3 minutes left. 10 point. That could have gone either way. Yeah, that could have gone either way. It's not like people trying to cope for Mahomes' injury and being like, well, dude, if Mahomes didn't get injured in week 12 when they were already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Yeah. So then, so that was 24, and then 25, Thunder made it all the way to the Western Conference. Because there was a stat where no defending champ no defending champ had gone back to back, because that's the parity of where the NBA Finals, where for the last 8 years we've had different champs every year. But the defending champ not getting past the second round. So we could, in a sense, have the Knicks play the Sixers in the next round, and then, yeah, Sixers move on. Or we could have the Knicks do what the Thunder did, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but then lose to the Sixers. And then that would give us our Sixers-Lakers matchup where it's like, damn, man, if only the Lakers were a LeBron James away, they would have won this NBA Finals or something silly like that. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Sorry, guys, I've been rambling a lot. You guys must be new here. If you don't notice that I ramble and get off on little tangents. Thank you all for your thoughts, though. It's definitely a big, it's a big key piece, but I'm very. Now let's get to the East and the standings in the East. Here's the thing: this Boston Celtics team, it's a loaded question, and the reason why I think it's a loaded question is because this Boston team, a majority of these wins are because of Jaylen Brown. So you put a majority of these Boston wins and throw them to the Sixers. I mean, look at the separation here. It's just 10 games. It is just 10 games to separate them. I think the 76ers are now, I think they're better than the Hawks. They're better than the Raptors. They are better than the Cavs. But these three, I'm very skeptical. Now, look, are the Celtics going to win 56 games this upcoming season with Paul George? No. I don't think they will. I think Miami probably stays the same record with Milwaukee. I think their spots just flip. Because it's not like Miami's roster is loaded up. Because here's the thing, Milwaukee's roster wasn't loaded up either. And here's my hot take. I think I said this about a month ago during the Giannis stream. If Giannis put money on the table like Jalen Brunson, I think LeBron would have gone there. But here's the other thing too. LeBron didn't get paid the bag going to the Sixers. He only got paid $8 million versus Giannis, who got paid. How much did Giannis get paid? How much did Giannis actually get paid? Money-wise. Come on, show me the money. $50 million more dollars. So, yeah. So I think, yeah, if Giannis pulled that move of put money on the table, sit and wait. Who are some? Let's look at some NBA free agents. Free agent tracker. Really, Aiton's with the. Oh, that's funny. They traded his ass away. They're like, get the hell out of here. We don't want you anymore. Okay, let's overreact to Chet Holmgren, for example, because people were like, get him the hell out of Dodge. Okay, but so let's say Giannis leaves some money on the table. You bring Chet, so you have two bigs with Bam and Chet. You also try to sway Edwards out of Minnesota, so you have Edwards, Giannis, Chet, Bam. Who else could you get from this list? I mean, if you want, you could have went to go get Ja. You could have also went and got Dort? No. Did Dort really get traded to No, he didn't. Or you bring in DeRozan. You bring DeRozan to Miami, so then you have DeRozan, Dort apparently. So DeRozan, Dort, Chet, Edwards, and Giannis. That Miami team is running through everybody in the West. There's no way Dort got traded to the Hawks. No. $4 days ago. Bullshit. Did Lou Dort really get traded to the Hawks? What the hell? Where the hell was this? This wasn't announced anywhere. See, this is also the NBA media. Well, like, we know they love LeBron, but it's like, this is like, he's one of their staples, man. I had no clue. I thought he inked a deal, dude. Oh, there's five pages. Oh shit, let's keep it going, I guess. Rui Hachimura's on the Clippers. Well, okay, that shocks nobody. Tobias. Oh wait. Tobias Harris over me. Al Horford. Oh, so Al Horford came back for another year. Oh, okay. LeBron. Yeah, the Heat definitely could have built. They could have built Luke Kennard went to. Middleton went to the Wizards. Sad. LeBron. Marcus Smart went to the Rockets. Holy shit. Okay. Robinson to the. Yeah, we knew about this one. LeBron James. What else? Moritz Wagner. Okay. Well, I just think if he left money on the table, with Miami bringing him on board, they definitely could have built and stacked a whole bunch of other players near and around him. Because, I mean, shit, for 50 million alone. You can divide it 5 ways and give players 10 million a year. Well, what was the total? Was it was over. It wasn't 58 total. Giannis, Heat, deal, money. Show me the money. Show me the monies. Max. Well, okay, but hold on. 58 per year for 4 years. So it's a 275. So let's say he takes of this 275. Obviously not, but like let's reduce it down to 8 million a year for 4 years. Yeah, they could have They could have very well. They could have bought their best player, You put Giannis with Trae Young. Go get Trae Young from the Wizards. Get him out of there. And oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to the Sixers. I think the Sixers are better than the Hawks, the Raptors. I'll give them over the Cavs. I think the Celtics will still be good even without Brown, but like this puts a lot of pressure on Jason Tatum, where it's like, hey, let's see if you're the man, dude. Let's see, show us, prove to us why we let your other co-star go. I don't think they win 56 games. I think they sit somewhere around here in Cleveland, between Cleveland and Toronto, in the category of wins. I don't see them getting over 50 wins. I see them getting around 50 wins. Now Detroit. I'm torn on Detroit. Because my brain, like, if you want to just go straight off of, like, best teams, I think Knicks, obviously it goes Knicks, then Sixers, and then it doesn't matter. I'd throw the Pistons up at the 3 seed. Because there's the other thing, too. Halliburton was injured. A healthy Pacers team is winning more than 19 games. A healthy Pacers, sorry, my bad. A healthy Pacers team is better than, yep, oh yeah. Pacers in the Heat, second round, 1-4 matchup. Where, like, let's say the Pacers are the 1 seed and the Heat are the 4 seed. Or you have a 3-6 matchup where the Heat are the 3 seed and the Pacers are the 6 seed. I think the Pacers could play a little bit of an upset. Because if we're going by that same logic, when the Bucks were the 3 seed and the Pacers were the 6 seed last year, Pacers did the exact same thing. Took advantage of an injured Bucks team, put Giannis in a box where it's like, okay, let him go off, let him score 30 points, let him score 50 points, whatever. But, look at that, the Pacers took down the Bucks. So, yeah, I think the Pacers could be a little better. Pacers and Sixers, I say, are kind of the same. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the... Give me the Sixers over the Pacers, but by the thinnest of margins because of NBA Finals experience. Championships, too. Because the other thing, too, is Embiid's never played in a conference series. Neither has Edgecombe or Maxey. None of them have. Even McCain, none of them have. Shit, have we really been saying trust the process for a decade? For the process was LeBron. I don't think the Sixers are better than the Pistons. No. Well, maybe. Knicks, 3-way tie. Yep, that's what it is. Where's the, hold on. Let me pull up, LeBron James. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Let's go Knicks logo. I need the Knicks logo. Oh, this is taking too long. Oh, you're taking too long. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. It's taking too long. Pacers. Is that everybody? 7 items. All right, there you go. look at these tier lists. Y'all might not agree. Fine. But listen to my thought process here. Let me break it down for you. Okay, let's go tier lists. Okay. All right. So, the Knicks are obviously the best NBA team. Obviously, of these handful of teams that we have here from this slim pickings of groups. Let me make these a little smaller. These guys are kind of... All right. Now, shrink that down. Oh, okay. It could be a little bigger. Okay, now. Okay, ready? Here we go. From this list, and I will admit, I have not watched a lot of Pistons games. I didn't watch any Pistons games at all last season. I just knew from coast to coast, they were kind of like the Celtics and the Cavs the year before, where it's like, hey, these are the top two teams in the East. I think I watched more Spurs. I think of all the teams, the team I watched the most during the NBA season was Spurs and Thunder. Because, yeah. Alright. So you have your Knicks, who are the best team. 1A. They're the best. Now, from there, I would go a healthy Pacers team. Okay? Because the Pacers have beat this Knicks team. Then I'll go boom. Boom. Let's put this one over here, and then let's put this one in the middle. Because I'm going off of kind of record, and I don't think Detroit goes just from the worst team in the East and winning what? How many games did they win, like, in 2021? Like, because the Tigers sucked, the Lions sucked, the Pistons sucked. Like, Detroit in the 2021, 22, and 2023 seasons were, like, garbage. Garbage. Detroit, the city of Detroit, sports-wise, was, like, garbage. And people clowned on it. But, like, I'll still put them above the Sixers a little bit. Okay, and then from there, give me probably in this order as well, too. Tier list wise, where the Knicks are still the best, but then if not the Knicks, we go to our tier 2, where I think the Pacers are better than the Pistons, but I think this gap is a lot larger, but then this gap is very close. But then I do, and then the Heat, if the Heat want to fart around, okay. Yeah, that's actually... No, this is the most accurate. It breaks it up into four tiers. And here's the thing about the Pistons, too. The Pistons could be off this list altogether. And the Pistons... I don't think the Pistons would miss the playoffs. But, like, I have a hard time being like, okay, with the two... Sixers are the best, baby. They're the best. They got LeBron. I'm a little... I mean, like, even with him on the Lakers still lost a handful of series. And the East has been loaded. Here's the other thing that I'm not a lot of people will admit. Go look at the 22 postseason. Go look at the 21 postseason. The East has been loaded before. But you didn't... I mean... Alright, let's go look at the playoffs here. So you got your 2-seed Brooklyn Nets that had Kyrie, Harden, and... or was Harden already in Philly? No, Harden was in Philly because Philly's the 1 seed here. Oh my gosh, I forgot the Jazz were the 1 seed too. Trae Young, Giannis's Bucks, Butler in that Miami squad. So if Harden James Harden was not on the Sixers. Did he? He jumped ship. He jumped. Yep. Why were the Sixers so good in 2021? I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? I huh? I beg your pardon? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey LeBron. Hey LeBron, we're good. Huh? Shut up. No, no, no. Yeah, I see that Jimmy Butler right there. It's like, hell no. Hell no. Yeah, yeah, Tobias Harris. Yes, because that was a big topic of because the infamous Tobias Harris over me. A healthy Embiid. A healthy Embiid. Oh, and a rookie, a young Tyrese Maxey too. Oh, and a Ben Simmons. Oh, okay, I can see. Okay. Okay, I can see why the Sixers were good that year. Plus, it was also a shortened season. Let's go back to the 2020-2021. There were... Well, and the Nets were one game behind. And this Nets team had... This was the big three of Harden, KD, and Kyrie. Why are the Knicks good? Why were the Knicks? Brunson was not there at the time. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Yeah, okay. I kind of... no, I don't remember this. Kind of, but like, no. Look at Boston here. Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, there's your 20-win Detroit Pistons. So again, when I look at that tier list, I'm very hard pressed to be like, oh, you know, oh yeah, oh yeah, because like the best team that year. Okay, yeah, technically, yes, it was the Jazz. Like the Suns got to the NBA Finals, played the Bucks. Oh my gosh, dude, this is like looking. That is, you want to have a little trip, take a little trip down memory lane. Just go look at standings of NFL years, NHL years, NBA years, and just go look at like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Here's the other thing. I'll put this too. LeBron 5 years ago was a different player. Joel Embiid, even healthy, he's 5 years. It's a lot of time. So, and the NBA it's a young man's game. And I know a lot of people say that, and I kind of think it, kind of don't at the same time. But again, you're putting so much pressure on not really any pressure, because it's like, would anybody be shocked if the Sixers win? No. Would anybody be shocked to see LeBron go out on top and win a championship and have 5 rings? No. Nobody would be surprised about that. But like, again, to put pressure, I don't think it's pressure, but like to compare him and hold him to his compadres and like that amount of pressure and expectations for guys who still have a decade plus in the NBA to still prove themselves. I think it's a little funny at 41 years old to compare that, but oh my gosh, the Pacers. Oh my gosh, look at that. Dude, it's like looking in a freaking, look at that. Playoff team, 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 playoff. Oh my gosh, it's like looking in a freaking. Oh my gosh. See, and this shows the turnover, and this shows how much the NBA changes. So I don't. Yeah. Okay, wait. Back to NBA. Oh, excuse me. I would say give me the Sixers as like a 3 or a 4 seed. Winning about 40. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many games they would win. Probably 50 range too. Put Boston in the 50 range. Put the Sixers in the 50 range too. Because the other thing too is the Sixers, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose a lot of games. All pressure on Wemby. Puts all pressure on Embiid and Philly with LeBron. That's so funny because it's like Embiid's had pressure his whole career, but it's like now we're gonna put more on him because LeBron's there. It's like to me, that's why it's like this is gonna fail. That's why I'm like this could fail, dude, because it's like they literally because it's kind of it's the same thing. It's the same thing that's going on with the Rams. It's the same thing with the Rams because the expectations for the LA Rams is to win the championship, and if they don't win the championship, it's a bust. And I mean, look at the other super teams that have formed over the years. Anybody remember Steve Nash on the Lakers? So now again, this is comparing apples and oranges, but oh, they did. They were on Team USA together. Yeah. See how many articles are about LeBron in jail. Voice crack. Tell me where any of these articles are about the previous NBA final champ, New York Knicks. Damn, I guess not. Nobody's talking about the Knicks. It's like they literally just won it, and it's like we do not care. We don't give a shit. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's been all about LeBron and JV all off season, and a little bit of Giannis. Giannis was sprinkled in there too, but that is so funny. That is so funny. Which I do think the Knicks were probably on his list as well. But like with them winning the NBA championship, I think there would have been a lot of if you can't beat him, join him. The 9 mistakes that could sink my fantasy football season. Anything, me drafting anybody, because the second I draft them, they'll be like, I want to play like shit today. All right, let's go around the horn real quick and let's go look at some other ESPN type stories because we got to wrap up this stream. We've been yapping for almost damn near 3 hours, and I want to game a little bit too. So, thank y'all for hanging out. If you guys want to see a gaming stream, stick around. Packers CEO. What the hell am I looking at? Hold on. Packers CEO says financial bump need to stay competitive. Financial bump? Financial financial bond. Hold on. Let me switch it up a little bit. There we go. LeBron James. Lebron. All right, here we go. There you go. Let's read this. Green Bay Packers president and CEO. That's his name. Oh, okay. Said adjustments might be necessary as the NFL's only publicly owned franchise attempts to remain financially competitive in the long term. It should stay publicly owned. Let's just say that much. It's like other teams have access to this ATM machine that we just don't have right now. You fucking kidding? Dude, it's the Packers. Tell me what else you're doing in Green Bay. Okay, anyways. Friday, as the Packers released their annual expenses and revenues for the 2026 fiscal year, 3 days before the organization holds its annual shareholders meeting. The Packers reported an operating loss on a non-pandemic year for the first time since the 1990 fiscal year. Hey, you want to know why we're having a operating loss? Maybe. Oh no, where am I? Sure, I was, but I got lunch on it. There's messes on it. Anyways, I had pancakes for lunch. Anyways, here's why. Probably because we play like dog shit in the games we need to win. That could be. That might be a stretch there, but all right. The Packers reported an operation loss in a non-pandemic year for the first time since the 1990 fiscal year. Why are we using that as an excuse? We had full stadiums at full capacity in the fall of 2021 and 2022. So if you want to write 2020 off, sure, but like to use that as an excuse 4 seasons later, 5 seasons later, come on now. That's like movie theater budgets complain. Oh, the Supergirl failed because of the pandemic. Bro, what the hell? Yeah, but then Spider-Man is gonna go do bonkers and blow that shit out of the water and make $2 billion. So okay, sure. All right. Though the team's overall net income was up 54%, the Packers had a $132.5 million in net income due to their $133.6 million they received in non-operating revenues, which includes gains at the corporate investments, plus their shares from ESPN's purchase of NFL Network. Whatever the hell all that means. Anyways, sorry. I should have a little bit more respect to reading some of this. Each of the NFL's 32 teams received 400 from... Whoa, wait. I'm sorry for all this shit talking that I have said about the Packers. With that being said, I would like to put my hat in the ring for candidacy of being an owner of the Green Bay Packers. And here is my promise to the NFL fans on why I should be the owner. You hear all these rumors about, what our boys downstate, because I think Chicago in relation to Green Bay is south. You hear them moving state, or you think about our brothers to the east, the Buffalo Bills, even though they're in a separate conference, put a dome on their beloved Orchard Park to prevent snow games. As owner of the Green Bay Packers, I will continue to refrain from my head being shoved so far up my ass and keep the game respectful and in the proper way of outdoor weather games, i.e. snow, rain, sleet, or hail, and keep the game sacred of how it was meant. And grass. We'll be keeping grass fields. I'll also put it up to par so that when the World Cup comes back around in 10 years, people can come to Lambeau Field, and we'll keep it as Lambeau Field, and it will be called Lambeau Field at beloved Lambeau Field. And if we're going to call it something, we will call it Lambeau Field at Vince Lombardi Stadium. We will not, give it to anybody. What else as owner? Oh, as owner, I will keep brands off of the effing jersey that we have because our jerseys are clean as shit. I will get rid of nasty ass away helmets with the all white. We'll get rid of that iced out look. What else will we do? I'll probably get rid of our Acme Packers leather. Actually, no, we'll keep the leatherhead helmet. That actually looks so cool. But considering I'm getting a cut of $453 million as the Green Bay Packers NFL owner, of those, they will all be donated to charities. I will probably only keep the 0.2 cut. Actually, let's round it up. I'll keep the 3.2 million. That will be my cut. But of that $450 million, we will turn around and, like a YouTube channel, put it back in the company of buying players, paying our employees, because I don't know, because freaking, we'll hire you from, who else is, the Bucks or the Brewers, where it's like, no, we actually pay our staff the most. What else? Oh, as owner, I'm not going to pay out of the bank of like, oh wow, that prospect, we really reached for them and paid them the bag. I will be giving players LeBron type deals of, you're gonna want to come here. You'll take a pay cut to come here. And yeah, there's my sales pitch for being the Packers NFL owner. All right, here we go. Also, shareholders probably free tickets. What else? Residents that live in Green Bay, free tickets. What else? I'm going to try to put this on cinema, television, 24/7 like the Cowboys. And we will call it VAVY's World instead of Jerry's World. Okay, anyways, enough of me grab ass, and here we go. Let's continue. Each of the NFL's 32 teams received $453.2 million. Again, the 3.2, that's coming straight to me. In operation costs, the Packers reported $700, oh my gosh, in revenue and in expenses. What? So is this they spent and they made? Policy said that the rise in all expenses was due to a $130 million increase in player costs. The Packers acquired All-Pro edge rusher Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowgirls last year and signed him to a 4-year, $188 million. Yeah, as owner, we ain't doing this shit. We are not paying out of. We are not setting the table. We are matching it, but giving you more years. We'd rather have a player stay on for a year or two longer than lots of money for a short amount of time. That's probably what I would do. With 136 guaranteed. They also accelerated payments to some players who were traded. We're going to have to be more aggressive. With revenue generation going forward, policy said. And we all know the cost of competing in the NFL is going up. No, it's not. No, it is frickin' not. That is some bullshit. Because here's why. No, I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with that is look at what the Sixers. Well, yeah, look at what the Sixers just did in playing LeBron. But look at how many times did Tom Brady take a pay cut? How many times did Mahomes just restructured his contract? I think the Chiefs have won a couple Super Bowls. Yeah, I think they have. I might be wrong. Who else? Brunson with the Knicks taking a pay cut. It's a little bit of it has to do with money, but a little bit also has to do with the culture of the team. How many guys do you think wanted to play with Rodgers, wanted to play with Brady, wanted to go play with Manning, and took pay cuts to get there? paying top dollar and buying a team doesn't always equate to a Super Bowl. Case in point, or when you want to go to the college football level, did the Red Raiders, did they win the national championship, or did they get blanked by the Ducks in the Orange Bowl? All these 3 stars, 2 stars, all these, grown-ass 25, 26-year-olds for Indiana, were they getting paid millions? Were they highly sought after? Or is it a ragtag group of, junkyard dogs winning the national championship? Now, yes, some players do get paid a lot, but I looked at Miami's roster. There was Giannis, a Gap, and then their second highest player, which was like 17 million or something like that. Like, it was under 20. A Gap, and then everybody else was 2 million, 2 million, 800,000, 2 million, 1 million. Anyways, cost of competing in the NFL is going up, and other teams have access to capital sources that we just don't have. Also, Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill was healthy and that knee was good, people would try to be. Oh, well, yeah. Anyways, the ability of NFL franchises to sell minority interest in their team puts the Packers at a potential disadvantage in the long run. No, it doesn't. For example, a team can sell 5 to 10% of their equity without giving up any controlling interest in teams, and they could raise more money than we have in our capital reserve. Hold on. Sorry, I was too busy staring at my boner pills here. My bad. I need my boner pills. All right, uninteresting. Actually, oh damn it, I was gonna click misleading. Misleading. I still don't have a boner. All right, for example, okay, sorry, let's reread this one more time. One more time from the top. Okay, here we go. For example, a team can sell 5 to 10% of their equity without giving up any controlling interest in the team, and they could raise more money than we have in our capital reserve. We have in our capital reserve fund in just a matter of months. Okay, see, I can read. Yeah, kind of like what 49ers were doing, where it's like, how the hell can you own the 49ers and the Seahawks at the same time? Isn't that a little bit of a conflict of interest? All right. Emphasize that the Packers have no plans on selling naming rights to Lambeau Field. For now. In big bold. For now. But said they are willing to do that with their practice facility. The football field at Titletown, sponsored by Chick-fil-A. The development just west of Lambeau Field, features offices, shops, restaurants, and apartments. Already has been renamed Amplify Health Field. Yeah, See, yep, already under the new. All right. The Packers also are planning more events at Lambeau Field similar to the Luke Combs concerts that happened in May and the Notre Dame Wisconsin football game that will take place in September. I feel very good. I feel very good about the Packers' financial strength and condition in the medium term and the short term, certainly, policy said. But we are keeping a very close eye on some of these long-term trends, looking at how they impact us and our financial health in the long term. Look at this. On some of these long-term trends. Okay. I talked about patches and sponsor patches on NFL jerseys and NBA jerseys and NHL jerseys. One of these billionaires are going to come out and follow a trend, because it started as a trend to get your sponsor patch on the jersey. It's going to take a full circle moment, kind of like the Apple iPod Touch, where it's like we went away from the touchscreen and now we're back to no touchscreen. Like the iPod Shuffle took a full cycle of we have a screen, we don't have a screen anymore, and now we're back to the top. I think somebody like the Knicks or the Sixers, or we saw the Lakers get a new brand. Mr. Beast is going to come out here and buy the Hornets, and then not like where we'll know, okay, yeah, Mr. Beast owns them. Instead of having the Feastable logos right there, instead of a purple stripe up the side, they'll have a pink stripe or something where it's like, oh, well, yeah, because like they'll keep the Charlotte, what is that colored? Emerald? Like the emerald green. Yeah, what color is that? Turquoise? Like it'll stay turquoise, but they'll be like, wow, of all 30 NFL teams, 29 of them have patches. Why don't the Green Bay Packers have a sponsored patch? And they'll go, oh, that's why. And then everybody else will follow that trend. And then, yes, we don't have any more stupid logo patches that ruin the jerseys in the NHL. Yes, here we go. We don't need to look like foreign leagues with logos and brands all over our jerseys, shorts, and helmets. Yes, let's go. Because the only jerseys that look good with sponsors on them are football kits. That's it. But they've been doing it since the 90s. So it looks normal. Normal in the ways of like we're used to it versus like I like how national teams like Argentina, Spain, USA, Belgium, no logos. It's just the kit, their kit logo, and the stars if they've ever won any championships. But like you get into the leagues, it's like you got the Spotify logo, you got. So I just, yeah, I think that, trends. You rewind the clock, man. You go look at, even in the 2021 NBA season, not every NBA team had a logo on their jersey. Like the Wizards didn't. I think the first handful of teams that started to get sponsor patches, like I know the Warriors had one in 2018, the Cavs didn't have one, the Bucks had one in 2019 because it was Harley Davidson, which it kind of was tough, like the orange and the green contrast. It kind of looked cool, anyways. But all right, let's continue. Here we go. We do have to make sure that we are always in possession where we can continue to invest wisely in whatever invest. What the? This is football, bro. Why are we using words like invest? Compete. You can use the word compete in whatever it takes to field a championship caliber team. Unless our 4-time MVP quarterback needs offensive weapons, then go fuck yourself. Whether that's player costs and football staff or facilities. Lionel Messi. So financial bump needs to stay competitive. Okay. Interesting article. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. LeBron chooses 76ers, calls it his last decision. And I believe it was the final decision as well, because we talked about it a little bit at the top of the stream. I was going to talk about the reasons on why it was never James Harden. From reports, LeBron was trying to get Kyrie out of Dallas and reunite at the Cavs and send James Harden off, because has Harden ever played with LeBron? Nope. That's kind of something I've noticed, is LeBron has played with so many guys, but Harden, he's never played with Harden. He's never played with Curry. Never played with Butler. Never played with who else? Trying to think. Kawhi. I'm gonna use the alpha dog mentality of like teams that would. Brown. It was the problem with Tatum. He wanted to be the top dog. That's why he left the Celtics. But then he goes to Philly, and he's the top dog for about 20 days, 23 to be exact. And then, ooh, look, 24th of July. Ha! You're in my shadow now. Like all. It's why Kyrie didn't want to play with LeBron in Cleveland and why he left to Boston. He did not want to be in LeBron's shadow anymore. And so I kind of think I mean, there were a lot of reasons why the Sixers didn't work with Harden there. There were a lot of reasons why the Suns didn't work with Kevin Durant. There were a lot of reasons why the Nets didn't work with the big three of Kyrie, KD, and Harden. There were a lot of reasons and other factors on why that didn't work. But, like, I think I kind of do believe that article on he was going to be the dude, but then they decided voice crack. Here, shorts in. All right, people on the shorts end, we're going to send you off. Thank you all for hanging out. We're going to do a hard outro just because this video is going to take forever to process. Because I've noticed that. Peace out. See you guys in a little bit. In stream.